Columbus, Georgia.
Columbus, Georgia.
Mama's store was on 15th Street and 5th Avenue. And I had a wonderful mother.
This was, but do you remember much about the Depression, the hard times that people did have?
I haven't heard them talk about it.
Okay, but you didn't see as much of it in the inner city of Columbus as...
No, everything that was short, Mama had it in the store. I had snowdrift. Now I use Crisco, but I had snowdrift for lard.
You think Crisco's better than snowdrift?
Yes.
Why?
It's softer to me.
Really, I don't like Crisco. I think snowdrift's the best.
Well, you got it right.
I'm just messing with you, Miss Liberty. And what do you remember about when the war started?
I mean the second one?
Yes, ma'am, the second.
Well, I wanted my husband in it. And I went to the
married when it started.
Tried to get him inducted in the Army. Because he was a very close man with money. And I figured if I had him in there, I'd have money.
You'd have that.
So, but they didn't take him. So he had the hay fever so bad when he went up there, the sinus, you know. So that disqualified him.
Now, this is your first husband, right?
Oh, yeah.
You have 5 children by him, right? Okay.
And he was a good man. I don't care. He drank, but he raised 5 wonderful children. He made
Could he dance?
No.
But now you like him at dance now, don't you?
Yeah, but I wasn't but 15 and he was 24 when we married, so I didn't know him but 6 weeks.
Boy, that was fast, wasn't it?
All of mine. Now, I knew Mars 6 weeks.
Okay, now which one's that?
The last one.
The last one, and all, and the other 2 have died, and then this is the third. Okay, and how long did you know Mars?
6 weeks.
6 weeks. How'd you meet him?
I met him at the Singers Club where you go to dance.
He could dance now, huh?
Oh, yes. I couldn't. And he asked me 4 times in a row, and I knew then I had him hooked.
He was yours then, huh? Did you tell him?
I sure did right then.
What'd you tell him?
He said, I don't think so. I said, well,
what'd you say to him?
I said, he asked me what I was doing over there. And I said, well, I'm over here to look for a husband. And he said, well, don't look at me. I said, I don't have to. You're it. Because anybody that asked me to dance 4 times in a row when I was on your feet more than I was on the floor, I don't think.
You had him, didn't you?
I had him hooked. He don't like makeup.
He didn't?
Oh, no. None of my 3. He didn't like makeup.
You're so pretty without it.
Well, he didn't like makeup, no matter. And anyway, every time I'd go to that dance, Vanna would fix my face with makeup.
That's your granddaughter.
But that night, she had a date and wasn't at home. And so I just went on like I was. And that wasn't that lucky.
That was lucky.
Yeah, that was just luck there.
You were telling me about someone that you had thought about marrying from my hometown.
His name was Roscoe Cagle. And his wife was killed by a drunk driver that run through the fence in their yard and killed. And the best I remember, I may get this wrong, but I think his wife and daughter both were. And it left twin sons, but their name was not Cagle because they were the daughter's children.
And what did he say when
he didn't want? Well, he said that we'd marry, but he wanted me to move to Donaldsonville, and I'm not going to move to Donaldsonville.
Why?
Because I don't want to. I like Casita. And I said, well, if you'll move to Casita, we'll marry. Well, I'm not moving to Casita. I said, well, then it's no go. So I married Mars, and about 2 weeks later, he called me on the phone. He said, I thought we were going to get married. I said, no, it wouldn't be much of a marriage with you in Donaldsonville and me in Casita. He said, well, I could have changed my mind. I said, I'm sorry that you didn't decide soon enough.
You had to make your mind up, hadn't you?
And fast.
But anyway, I still would have married Mars.
You were very happy with him, weren't you?
What do you think about this stuff that's going on in the White House?
Well, I think that's his business. If he wants to sleep with everybody in there with his wife, don't care, I don't care.
Well, how would you have handled it if you had been there?
I would have left him in a second.
Would you put his clothes on the lawn?
That's right. On the porch.
On the porch.
Oh, you wouldn't have thrown him out in the yard?
I didn't throw Williams in the yard either. I put him on the porch neatly stacked.
What did you do? Write him a letter about it? You tell us you wrote him
18 pages.
18 pages.
I listed everything since we'd been married that he shouldn't have done and did. He didn't want me to have makeup, but he sure flirted with women that wore makeup.
And so you put it all in writing and told him about it, huh?
18 pages, and I stuck it. Really, it was 9 pages because I wrote on each side. And I put it in his boot. And he kept it till the day he died.
Is that right?
And what did he do with it?
He put it in his pocket. He kept it in his billfold. All that much pages.
But he came on back, though.
Oh, yeah. I meant for him to come back.
Well, what would he do with it? He'd take it out and read it every now and then, or show it to
I don't know
people?
whether he did or not. He never told me any more about it. I never mentioned it, and he didn't either. And another page he kept. We had a little chihuahua, and we parked back of this store for me to go in down there. And I stayed longer than I should have. He kept staying in there with the dog. So he was coming in to get me. And he left the dog in the car just a few minutes, with the window cracked. And somebody wrote a note and put it on the windshield, under the windshield wiper, said, I don't know you, but you crazy idiot. Anybody that would leave a dog in a car and it ought. And that made him mad. Of course, he come right and drug me right out of the store, But when he saw that letter, he never got over it. He was angry. If he'd have found that person that wrote that, he probably would have killed him. He kept that letter long as he lived.
But the dog was okay.
Oh, well, it wasn't. He just come to the door.
You have a dog now?
I do. I've got Reddy.
Reddy?
Reddy?
R-E-D-D.
Reddy.
How'd you name him Reddy?
Because he's a red color.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant ready to walk or ready to...
What happened, little Wade brought him up to me in a shoebox. And he says, Grandma, he's just eat up with mange, and I know you can cure him.
And you did?
No.
You didn't?
The minute he stepped out of my yard, I run down there to that vet, Dr. Lee. And I showed him the dog. I said, can you cure him? He said, I don't know. There's 2 types of mange that I know, and one won't be curable. I said, then we'll put him to sleep. But if you can cure him, cure him. So he kept him 3 weeks and brought him back to me, and he smelled so bad. I said, Doctor, you keep him till he don't smell. And I'll get him back. And I've had him all this time, about 6 years.
What kind of dog is he?
I don't know.
You don't know? He's red, though.
He's red.
Yes, ma'am.
But they told me I forgot. What difference? It don't matter to me, just so he's a dog.
He's just a dog, Your name's Liberty. Now, how'd you get that name, Liberty? I've never heard anyone named Liberty before.
Well, there's a Liberty Spayhole that's Greek in Alabama. I've heard of her, I've never met her. But the doctor that delivered my children delivered hers. And Dr. Yeomans he was related to my husband. He was a second cousin. So he knew this Spayhole, but I never met her. But anyway, Daddy said he couldn't buy any Liberty bonds. He didn't have the money. So he just had a Liberty anyway. It started out as a joke, And then
but that's your name for real.
That's my name for real.
Liberty.
But don't name anything that.
Why is that?
I mean, a child. Because they learn to fight at an early age.
Is that right? Was you a fighter?
I could sure bust some noses.
You had to be.
He pulled my hair, the little boys, and say, give me Liberty or give me death. Oh, a cracked Liberty Bell.
A cracked Liberty Bell.
Oh, that was fighting words.
Good morning.
Good morning, Calvin.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to ask the guest, there's a plan to pay out what's left in Social Security, which should last about 20, 30 years, and then let everyone else have privatized Social Security, where you invest your own money. And I just wanted to hear what she thought about the Social Security situation.
What do you think about Social Security?
Well, to tell you, I'm not very smart or brainy, and I'm just satisfied with what I'm getting and hope I get it till I die. And other than that, I don't worry about it.
No thoughts for the future. All right, appreciate it.
Well, she's worried about it till she dies.
Yeah.
And are you worried about it?
No. It's not going to be taken off. Not while I'm living. I'm 81 today.
Yeah, but now you got grandchildren all coming along, too.
Well, they make their own way.
You were saying that the principal where you went to school, when you were where you used to fight,
Mr. Buxton. I was in Rose Hill when all this happened. We lived 2 doors below the school. I went to school at 4 years old.
You did?
I did, because it's on my school record. Because we lived 2 doors below the school, and I'd go up to the kindergarten window and Miss Eva, and I knock on the window. So she went and talked to Mama and said she'd rather have me in the kindergarten than at the window. So I went to school. It's on my school record. I got it when I hadn't got my passport to go to Germany. And so that's how I got to school. But anyway, Mr. Buxton was in Winland School, the principal of the school. So I went up there to put Wade in when we lived in Winland. And when I walked in, I said, Mr. Buxton, I bet you don't know who I am. He put both hands just like that. He said, Liberty Andrews, I'd never forget you. You gave me more trouble than all my years of teaching. And he said, what are you doing here? I said, putting my son in school. He said, I just want to know one thing. Is he as mean as you were? I said, no, he's not named Liberty.
Doesn't have to be. He was named for his grandfather, wasn't he?
We got to go to break. We're going to be right back.
Are we on there now?
No, we're going to be. How you like Germany?
I loved it.
You did?
I had a ball over there.
You did? Yeah. What were you doing, just visiting? Or?
Well, my daughter was head of some kind of American youth over there. Is it called AY something? Anyway, I don't remember now. And I went everywhere she did. We went to indoor pools, went to the skating rink, and some people can dance on skates. Did you know that?
They can, I guess, can't. I hadn't thought about it, but they do a good job.
I couldn't do that, but I can go round and round, you know.
Can you skate?
Oh, yes.
You a pretty good skater? Do you still skate a little bit?
No, I don't skate anymore.
You could if you wanted to, couldn't you?
I guess I could. You don't forget it.
Kind of like riding a bicycle.
Yes. I can.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Fine.
Miss Liberty, I'm sitting here watching you, and I think you're just absolutely adorable to be such a Southern lady and so outspoken. What do you do now to keep yourself so active?
I ride with my sons on a wrecker.
Oh, really?
They have a wrecker service in Casita, Georgia. I guess I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, just go ahead and brag on them.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
All right. They are good boys, and they have the wrecker service, and they are Charlie and Paul Coleman, and it's called Casita Wrecker Service. And they're the best wrecker service in Columbus.
Do you have any other hobbies that keep you busy?
Talking.
Talking. You're so cute. I enjoy the show this morning. Thank you.
You like to shop, too, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to shop.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Well, thank you for saying those nice things.
What do you do with the record when you go? Do you help them or just sort of supervise?
The only thing that I do is answer the phone inside the record. When they're working outside, I can answer the phone for them.
You can answer the phone for them. Take messages and stuff, huh?
Yes.
Or make decisions on it.
I can tell them the phone rang and so called them to call them back.
Okay.
That's very important.
But do you help Wade in it?
Well, in the hardware, no, I just get a chair and sit and wait till he closes up.
You ain't going to put him in a plug, though, are you?
Wade Coleman's hardware, he don't need a plug. He's a nice man. All my children's nice.
Well, let me ask you something. What was you crying about it when you had one of them there one time? You were telling a story about it.
He was so ugly when he was born. He was premature. And my daddy, Dr. Freeman, knew my daddy personally. So he went and got him to see why I was quarreling. Daddy come in, and I said, Daddy. He said, why are you crying? I said, have you seen the baby? He said, no. I said, well, go look at him. He went back and come back, and he said, honey, if that belonged to me, I wouldn't cry, I'd scream.
But he grew on up to be a nice-looking fellow.
Oh, he's a fine-looking man. He's the best-looking man now.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
You have got the sweetest person on there this morning. Hey, Grandma, this is Joyce Johns, remember? Ruby Johns' daughter?
Sure, I know you.
Yeah, I got to tell a story.
Okay.
Miss Liberty and my mother used to go out dancing, and both of them got a man.
Sure did. But I married mine.
Well, Mama didn't have the best one. He wanted other women, too, so had to let him go. But I just want to tell you, Grandma, I love you.
I love you, too, hon.
Okay, and you make the best biscuits.
Where are you living now?
I'm still living in Casita. I got Mama. She's bedridden now.
I know.
Yeah.
And she's been in the hospital with pneumonia.
Right.
I keep up with her.
Okay, keep her in your prayers.
You know, I can't drive anymore, so.
I know it, but I'll come see you.
All right.
Okay, love you.
Love you, too.
Bye-bye.
And the other one just gave up on us right there, Miss Liberty. And What changes have you seen in your lifetime that you feel like impacted more today than anything that you've seen? Because you came along when so many things changed. I mean, from transportation to communication. Did you think back that you'd ever hear of a person being on the moon or going to Mars?
Never thought I'd ever, but my daddy did.
Do you really believe they did that, or is that just propaganda?
No, they did it.
You really think so?
Yes.
And your daddy did? And your daddy thought so?
You don't think they filmed that in Hollywood and just making us think that?
No, I don't think that. I believe they did it.
That's something, eh?
It's something I'd like to go. Would you?
Well, I got to be here in the morning.
I mean, it's free. I'd like to go.
There's places I got on my list ahead of the moon.
What did you say?
There's some places I had rather go than the moon, you know.
I'd just like to go.
You just like to go.
My
That'd
daddy
be a
said
good long trip,
if
wouldn't
he
it?
had known that I would be like I am, he would have named me Liberty Go.
The Liberty Go. You like to go, huh?
I do. I've been to Germany. My daughter paid my way twice.
Is that right?
Just to visit, you know.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all this morning?
Fine.
Miss Nan, this is the one who saw you out at Farmers the other day.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
I was just calling to ask Miss Liberty what is she eating to keep her looking so well. At 81, what you eat and drink? You look.
I just eat everything I want.
Well, what's your favorite foods?
I guess cantaloupe's one of my favorites. Fruit.
Fruit. You eat a lot of fruit.
Oh, and I love figs. And I like eggs, grits, homemade biscuit with jelly in it.
Can you make a good biscuit?
I made 60 biscuit for 10 years.
You had a restaurant, didn't you?
I made 20 and I sold sausage biscuit, bacon biscuit, and egg biscuit. And just plain butter and jelly.
But she's a spry young lady, right?
Does she eat any meat, any kind of meat?
I eat meat, but it's not my main thought when I eat. I guess a vegetable or fruit's my main thought.
Well, it's so nice talking to you, and you look so good. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, sugar.
And I enjoy your show so much, Mr. Cabin.
Thank you, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
We're really on the air then.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, you think we're just sitting here waiting to get started?
I don't know, but I thought we were.
Yes, ma'am. We on that. We got to go to break. We'll be right back. And you telling me a while back you went and visited Dr. Jan for a while too.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't know when it was. I don't remember dates.
That just don't matter, does it?
I weigh 171 pounds. And I did exactly what she told me to do. I've forgotten how often I went, but I didn't take pills because she said that she didn't want me to have pills. She made me have an electrocardiogram, you know. And I don't know what it was in it, but anyway, she said she wouldn't give me diet pills. I'd have to do it on my own with the vitamin shots. And I lost 131 pounds, which I've kept mostly. I go maybe 3 or 4 pounds over that and do.
You lost down to 131, you mean?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, okay.
From 171. And I don't know how long it took me, but I stayed on the program till I lost it.
And you maintained it ever since.
And Wade made me a bet that I couldn't lose to that, and he had to pay me.
He had to pay you?
She's a fine lady, isn't she?
Oh, she is. She knows what she's doing. If you do what she says and you stay with it now, she knows what she's doing. She's a fine lady. And she don't remember me, but I remember her because it was important to me.
Well, it was important to her, too.
Yeah, but I meant she has so many patients, too.
Well, she's got a pretty good memory now.
She might remember me then.
What do you think about the politics today? Is any different? Politicians, you think any less truthful with the people than
Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't have an education like I should, but I tell you one thing. I don't think much of Clinton's wife.
Okay, why is that now?
Because I would have thrown his butt out.
Yeah, but maybe she had reason not to.
I don't care what reason she had. If you my husband 2 times me, let me know. Tell you one thing. I wouldn't care what he was, president or what he was. Can
you throw somebody out of the White House like got a wife?
I wouldn't say I'd throw him out of the White House, but I wouldn't stay there with him. You don't think I'd walk down the steps holding his hand?
Would you let him get a little bit ahead of you and just kick him on down?
Yes, if I could. He'd know not to. It's like I told his daddy, you may whip me one time, but honey, the next time you won't whip me, because when you go to sleep, you've got to go to sleep someday.
Gonna be in trouble then, won't he? And what do you think this is probably the first time any kind of foolishness like that's going on in the White House?
Oh, it's been going on for years.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. I don't believe we had but one.
You think it's really happened before?
Oh, yes. We had one president that didn't.
Who was that?
Carter.
You think he didn't? He just thought about it, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
Well, he said he did.
I don't care if he didn't think it. He loves his wife.
Yeah, but he thought about it.
Mm-mm.
He said he did.
Well, he just lied.
He didn't think about it, did he?
I don't think he'd have found a woman that wanted him anyway. He was
Kind of what?
He was for
He's a good fellow.
They a good couple together.
They are. Mm-hmm. They look like they're so well matched.
They are. She's a good lady.
Yes, she is.
You don't think Nixon was?
I liked Nixon, and I think if he had told the truth in the beginning, that his children liked him. They loved him. They didn't believe he lied.
Well, a lot of people didn't believe Clinton lied, but now Clinton got by with just as much and more than Nixon did. You know that?
He lied too.
I know it. Well, what do you think about President Johnson?
He's all right.
He like those cold showers. That's another story. And but years ago they wouldn't tell the things on presidents that they tell today, because I don't think the public knew that President Roosevelt really couldn't walk, did you?
I did. I touched him.
Is that right?
I was only, I forgot, about 78. I climbed up on the bumper of that car, and I patted him on the shoulder before they, what do you call them, men got me down.
Those men got you down. Where was that?
Warm Springs.
And
did he talk to you?
No, he didn't ever know I touched him. I don't care. He said looking the other way, and I patted him on the shoulder. I liked him.
I think most of the country liked him, didn't
I liked him.
they?
And I don't care if he had a lady friend. If his wife didn't care, I don't care.
But now, it's been a different story had it been yours, wouldn't it?
I'd have cared.
You'd have cared. Well, what do you think about Viagra?
I think it's a good thing for some men if they need it, Yeah. I would have appreciated it a lot.
What would you have done with it?
My husband would have took it. I wouldn't have needed it.
Yeah, is that right? You gave it to him.
What would you like in your next husband?
I'd like somebody to like to go. And I don't care if he took a tardy at night, but I don't want nobody that drinks too much.
He have a little.
That's right, at night. Like Morris did. He'd taken him a little sugar every night. And at the end, the doctor told him to leave it off. And I didn't know he wasn't, but I wondered why he was eating so much peppermint. So he went to bed, And when he died, I found a fifth of whiskey in my robe under the clothes. And he had to buy it, because...
So he's eating that peppermint to keep you from knowing about it, huh?
That's right, because the doctor told him, in the beginning now, when he went to the doctor, they told him they'd rather he take that little drink at night than a sleeping pill. But at the very end, they told him, no drink anymore, not even a jigger. But he just went on like it always. He was a person that never overindulged in anything, not food. I mean, he'd smoke 5 cigarettes from the time he was 16. But he'd shake them out of the pack every morning. He'd take his cigarettes.
You mean smoke 5 a day?
5 a day. When he was 16.
From the time he was 16 to the...
And he died in his age, 91.
He was very disciplined on what he wanted to do.
He'd eat 1 biscuit every morning. 1.
Well, I wouldn't eat but 1 either if it was big enough.
Yeah, but I just made regular biscuit. And he wouldn't eat but 1, and I'd try to get him to eat 2, but he would not do it.
Maybe your biscuits weren't real good.
They were good.
It might have been they wasn't as good as you thought they were.
I knew they were good. I eat them too.
And a lot of other people did too, didn't they?
I sold a lot of them. They just, most of them come in and get a biscuit for work, a cup of coffee.
Well, do you want your next husband to be a dancer?
Well, If he could put up with me like I dance, I would.
You still like to dance?
Yes. I don't think you ever get over liking to dance.
Is that right? That music just makes you feel like you got to, huh?
Especially George Jones. Don't you like him? No, you don't like him.
Yeah.
Does he do
Yeah.
Who's that?
George Jones.
Who is that now? Is he from down at
No, he's a dancer.
Casino?
He's a band leader.
A band leader?
No, Show Jones. Don't you know about that?
No, man. Is he local or?
No, I don't know where he came from, but I've been to his show twice. My grandson-in-law.
Oh, he's a band director, a big band director.
No, he's a singer. That's all he does.
Sing pretty good.
And yes.
He's your favorite.
He's my favorite.
And
Does he ride a lawnmower to the liquor store?
No.
That's not him.
No, but he drinks. No, Show Jones is his name.
Yes, ma'am. There's a story about him, you know. They took all the keys where he couldn't go to the liquor store.
That's right, and he went on the
And he went on the lawnmower. That's right. He went on the lawnmower.
did you like him better when he used to sing with his wife, his ex-wife?
No, I like him now. I liked him better then, too. I liked him.
What other kind of music do you like?
I like any music. I even like a little opera. I don't know the names, but I like a little... I like music. Don't you?
Yes, ma'am.
I think music makes you feel... I don't know how it makes you feel, but I like it.
Makes you feel good, don't it? You know.
I love music.
That's right. Well, let me ask you, if you get married again, what's the qualification he's got to... He can drink just a little bit.
And like to go.
Like to go. Goes the main thing. Where do you want to go that you haven't been?
Australia.
Australia.
I don't know why, because I know Crocodile Dundee is not over there. But I'd like it. I'd like to go there. I remember when I was 15, we went to Texas, and I was so disappointed that everybody down there didn't wear, carry a gun and, act like a cowboy. And they don't.
Really? It's just people, ain't it?
They're just people like us.
And I'm like, did you like Texas?
Yes, my grandfather lived in Bonham, Texas, till he died. I like Texas.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kevin. How y'all?
Fine.
Oh, I wanted to ask Miss Liberty. She reminds me of my mother. My mother lived to be 91, and she's very lovely. I wanted to ask her, what does she think about this new millennium fixing to come in? Her views on it and about it. And...
Like any year coming in, it don't worry me. like any year coming in, I look forward to it and hope I'm here to see it.
Well, I heard that.
And I'm in good health. And
you hadn't bought you up any extra water and groceries and all? You don't believe it's going to?
No, I'm just going to live like I do every day. God takes care of me.
There you go. That's what I was hoping you'd say.
Well, I'll have just what I have now. Well, see, I don't cook anymore, sugar. I don't even cook an egg.
Well, it was good talking to you.
Okay.
Glad.
Bye-bye.
You know, there's a lot of hype about the millennium, if you don't get you some water and groceries and all this bought up, but just like the world's coming to an end. Would you be afraid to take a flight January the 1st?
No, I'd go anywhere I could go if I could go.
They say the planes aren't going. They just would have all kind of problems. You still go?
No more than they do now.
And one of your granddaughters is a flight attendant.
Oh, if I could go free like she goes.
You'd just stay gone all the time.
I'd go everywhere, wouldn't you?
Oh, yes, I'll tell you. And I think they ought to give grandmothers special privileges.
They don't, but they ought to.
Maybe we need to talk to them about it.
I talk to Penny, but it don't do any good.
Don't do any good? Good morning.
I need to come by Miss Liberty's house and pick her up. I heard a cordial out in the country. We'll find us a rich man down there.
I don't want a rich man.
You know?
No.
Well, what you want?
I just want one that can pay his own way. I'm not going to pay...
Doesn't have to be rich, honey.
I don't want...
money.
I've got a living.
You reckon we could get a farmer down there, get him to get rid of his farm and come out here and live with us?
Well, the only way I'll have one is he comes and lives in Casita.
Isn't that the truth? That's a big town. I mean,
It's a little town, but I love it.
I know, but if you left, it'd be littler, so, so you build it up.
I don't want a rich husband.
I bypass that.
That'd just be problems, wouldn't it?
I play the
Miss Libby, you said you don't cook in. I don't cook a lot, but where do you eat?
Well,
you ate with me Sunday, didn't you?
I ate best barbecue, and I ate at Oh, Captain Tom's and on Macon Road. That is the best food in the world.
Now, who drives you around?
My children.
Oh.
You drive them, but they won't ride with you, will they?
No. My doctor said if I drove, let him know what day I got in the car and he'd get in the house.
You go down to the singles club where Curly Money plays?
No, never have.
Which singles club did you go to?
I go to Sam's Club and buy stuff in Gloma.
No, I'm talking about the singles club. You said you met your husband at the singles
Single
club.
Club.
Huh?
Single Club.
Yeah, where'd you go?
It's on Forest Road, and it's owned by, they don't serve whiskey.
Yeah.
And they don't serve any alcohol, but they will save you a glass of ice and a chaser. If you bring your own bottle, they'll let you.
Oh, you talking about Edgewood, right?
That's right.
Uh-huh.
And
I've been there.
it's a nice place. It's one of the best. And the people that run it are really nice. I lost my purse over there.
Do you still go over there?
When I get a chance to, I can't drive anymore.
Yeah.
I have to have someone. I do have a girl that drives me that I kept 2 years when she was growing up.
Well, Miss Liberty, you are really asset to that show, and we're glad to have you on there, and Calvin needs to get you back again.
That's
Thank you.
true.
Well, you need to wear your bikini, though.
My what?
Your bikini? Wear your bikini bathing suit.
I don't wear a bikini. I wear them all over. I think when you get my age, you're a little bit wrinkled. You don't want anybody to look at two stomachs in place of one.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
How are y'all doing? I just wanted to say good.
Well, she was going to tell us something, and it just got past her, didn't it?
I heard this thing one time said,
Good morning.
Good morning, Calvin. Your guest there is very interesting. Her ability, having good common sense and such. I would like to know what your and her opinion would be on this movie that's being promoted on TNN, I believe it is, or CNN, of the president, the first daughter, they're calling it, to where these guys want to assassinate a president, but then not being able to do that, they're after his daughter. Now, what kind of a sick mind would come up with some sort of story like this to get some crackpot
To plant the idea, that's the thing about it.
We've got a lot of sick pots that are making films.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I went to a show and I was so shocked. Of course, I didn't leave because my daughter paid for me to go in, and it was.
So you just took it all in.
I didn't miss anything, but I wouldn't have made it.
Well, why did you sit through it twice?
No, we didn't sit but once. But I wasn't going to leave.
Well, what do you think about making movies like this when you're talking about they promote?
I don't think they ought to.
Mm-hmm.
But how are you going to stop them?
You can't.
The only way we can stop them is not attending.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about it?
Well, I think it has to be a sick mind to even come up with such a idea to promote it, to turn on or turn off or whatever someone that is mentally sick that would try it. Why even bring the subject up of such a thing?
People will, though, and it's a sad thing, It seems like they'll do anything if they can get $1 for it.
Take a buck, you got it.
That's right.
and there've already been so many things that have been copied from films.
Yeah, that's right.
And,
Hope it won't happen, though, but I appreciate it, okay?
Did you see that Phoenix in the story?
Yes, ma'am.
And it was a lie from beginning to end.
It was?
Yes.
Okay, which part of it? All of it or what?
All of it, when it said that about like the little newsboy with the papers. No gambler would take the papers away from a newsboy and throw them in the gutter. They'd pay the boy for the papers and throw them away. They wouldn't do that. And gamblers were not all that bad anyway. There wasn't any welfare. And I know Clyde Yarber personally, and he took groceries to people he didn't even know.
Well, what do you think about the lottery?
I like it. It's just the thrill of thinking you might win all that money. I have more fun imagining what I'd do with the money than I would if I won.
Well, where do you get your numbers from?
I don't.
You don't ever dream them or nothing?
My late husband, Wade's daddy, come to me in a dream and told me a number, and he lied.
Is that right?
I knew I was going to win.
But you went and bought it anyway?
Oh, yeah, but I didn't win.
You didn't win. told you another story, huh?
And I knew I was going to win. See, I would give most of mine to the, what do you call that hospital? The Burns.
Shrine.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'd give most of my money to them. And I thought about giving them to Casita, but my son said, no, don't do that, because we got to get a different mayor before we give it any money, because we want to be sure that it, because see, he owns a building in Casita, and if he was the mayor, he ought not own that building, he ought to paint it. It makes Casita look bad. When I told him, and he said, well,
you there?
My son owned the side of the building. I said, yeah, but he's not mayor. Mayor ought to make the town look better for having been the mayor, oughtn't it?
Well, maybe you need to suggest he paint his building again.
I did. It don't know, and it don't know. It just terrible.
Okay. Good morning. Now, what do you think about people with that kind of intelligence this time of the morning? That sit there and wait their turn to get to just holler on the telephone?
I don't know. I didn't hear her too good.
Well,
she didn't have anything to say.
No, it's worth it. I'm going to tell you what.
Maybe she's skinned to the mayor. You know, he's not a bad man, though. I went in the office to pay my water bill, and he kneeled down on the floor.
At Peachtree Natural Foods, our...
Need to mention to you, looking for some furniture, go and visit with good people up at Clint's. They from down home, too. They from down where, Dawsonville.
Yes, they are. Jakin, they've got a lot of people down there.
Good morning.
Good morning, Calvin.
Yes, sir.
Miss Coleman, I've heard you talk about Casita, but I hadn't heard you say anything about Fort Benning Road. That's been a long time ago, hasn't it?
It has.
And I heard you was talking about how pretty Wade was.
He is.
He's only got a face a mother would love.
No, he's
Come
good.
on TV if he's hiding over there
Don't
somewhere.
you say that. He's a good-looking man. All my children are good-looking.
The last time I saw you, you and Aunt Claudia was riding around together.
Oh, I loved her like a sister. I miss her so much.
Well, we all do. It's been a long time ago.
It has, but she was my best friend. She was a sister that I didn't have.
Well, I remember Fort Benning Road, and I learned how to drive in one of them old cars by Mr. Charlie's junkyard.
You did?
Sure did. I lived next door.
You did?
At the grocery store.
Yes.
Tell her your name, where she know who you are.
Remember, you know the house you live in, the White House?
Yes.
I was born in it.
You were?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a mower?
I sure am.
Because I love my house. It's over 100 years old, you know.
I know that. There's Indians living there, too. My sister saw one time.
Who lived there?
Indians.
I didn't know that.
There's ghosts in that house.
I didn't know it.
Yep, my sister saw an Indian standing by the fireplace many, many years ago.
Well, there's room for all of us.
Well, I just woke up this morning and saw you on TV, and I just wanted to call you and tell you hi. And I want you to put Wade on there so everybody can see how pretty he is.
He's good looking.
Yeah, that's what Jackie says. All right, y'all have a nice day.
All right.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to say hello to Miss Liberty. This is Anita, John's mama.
John's mama. You know who you're talking?
Who I am. Used to rent the brown house for 5 years up on the hill.
She went.
Can't hardly hear you real good. That's what it is. Okay, now tell her again.
Yeah, tell her I was a renter. I rented the brown house from her for 5 years up there in Casita.
Is it Anita Hasley?
Yeah.
Yes. I remember you, and I love your... Oh, I love John. Is that... Yes. You know I love John.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
fed him a million bowl of banana pudding.
Yes, ma'am. I know you have.
I hadn't seen you come to see me.
I'll have to come see you as soon as I can. I still live out here in Marion County.
You do. Well, I'm glad you have a home, though, of your own, hon. You deserve it.
Well, thank you very much. I'm real happy out here.
Well, I'm glad, but you could come and see an old woman.
I'll have to come
I mean, if you can catch me home.
Yeah, I see you're out on the road now.
I do.
Well, it was good to see you, Miss Liberty, and I'm going to let y'all go.
All right, hon. Glad to talk to you.
Miss Liberty, can you handle speeding tickets?
I've never had a speeding ticket.
Can you handle them though if somebody got one? You reckon you could get them
Well,
and maybe not write them one?
I'm not supposed to say that on TV.
Okay, we won't tell that.
But I like that story.
I do too. He said, Mother, if you speak to him, I'm not going to never bring you again. He looked in there and saw my white rimmed glasses. And he said, are you Charlie and Paul's mother? He said, well, I can't give you a ticket.
He better be glad you were speaking to that MP, wasn't he? They don't know which MP it was and all, but he's fixing to give him one counting on you, but can't tell that,
That's right. Let's don't talk about that. I don't think they're supposed to do that for us.
Everybody loves you, Miss Liberty.
I don't think they would do that for us, so, I don't think they're supposed to.
What do you think about
maybe not.
the changes that we've had in American lifestyle today, Miss Liberty, where the husband works, the wife works, they don't have breakfast at home, they don't have their noon meals at home, and they just all run in and run out and all. You think that's hurt?
I think it hurts the whole family. I think we all ought to have a meal that we sit down together. Mm-hmm. If it's not breakfast, dinner, or supper, they ought to all have a meal together. Mm-hmm. And I wish I had known, raising my children, what I do now, I think, don't ever criticize a child. There ought to be something good about them that you can brag on. You can criticize anybody, they're going to live up to it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I wish I had known that when his daddy was living, because I tell you, I was a critical woman. I don't think I ever bragged on him about anything, and there's a lot of good in him.
He was a good man, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He was a drunk, but he was a good man.
You just didn't brag on him enough.
I didn't brag on him at all. I criticized.
Wrote him 18-page letter?
No, that was the second one.
Oh, that's the next one. You got the long letter.
I had 3.
And, what do you think about discipline today? A lack of discipline in schools and all.
I think a child ought to be, when he's real tiny, walking, he ought to be spanked a little. I don't think it hurts. I think it helps.
Spanking with love does some good.
That's right. To know that you mean what you say.
Well, they don't do it in school.
But I don't believe in patting a child, just patting him. If I'm going to spank him, I'm going to give him a good one. I'm not going to have to it.
He's going to know if he's had it.
That's right.
Okay. Good morning.
No bruises, though.
Mm-hmm. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say hi to Miss Coleman.
Hi.
You know who this is, Miss Coleman?
No.
You know Phyllis.
Oh, no. Phyllis, how come you don't come to see me?
Because you're never home.
You could call me, and I'll
What's
see
your number? You have to give me your number again.
989-155-6, I believe. I don't ever call myself. Phyllis, it's in the book.
All right.
All these fellas are going to be calling now since you put that number out.
How my kids are?
How your kids doing, she said?
The kids are doing just fine. Ann moved back to Louisiana.
Oh, no.
Edward's still in Michigan. And we were down there and talked to Charlie and Paul just this week and told them to bring you out to and come see me.
Well, they know where you are.
So.
I do, too.
Yeah, you've been out here. So.
Honey, they so busy.
You look so good.
Their wives, they busy. They own record calls all the time. Of course, if the wives are not working, they go in place of me, because wives are supposed to.
Yeah, and I hear you're the co-driver.
I don't drive, but I sure am a good co-driver. This is a lovely girl. I love her.
Yeah, she's my second mama when my mama was away.
I love her. She's a good girl.
Well, good to have you up watching, and glad you got to see
my mother Coleman says, turn it on. Don't sound asleep. So, you take care of Miss Coleman and come see me.
I will, sugar.
Bye. We need to go to break. We're going to be right back. Get ready for a good vitamin you need to be taking. Pick up Daily Extra. Just take one a day to made by Vitalogic, and you take that one a day, and you're going to probably be as spry as her when you get there. So be sure and pick those vitamins up. You find them at Peachtree Natural Food, and these pictures, they mighty fine, too.
Oh, I don't drink anything but fruit drinks, but...
You like peach sodas, don't you?
Oh, yes. How'd you know?
I just know. You just look like a peach striker.
I do. But now my sister-in-law, she loves Pepsi. They ought to send her a case of Pepsis.
And she likes those
Oh,
Pepsi.
she gets up and drinks Pepsi, and I drink coffee.
Well, listen, what's your plans for the coming years?
I don't have any. Just live every day.
Just live every day.
Like I want to.
Just every day.
You were talking about your renters. You have some rental property.
I have good renters. I've had one lady about 5 years, Liz, and I love her. We have good renters.
What do you tell them, though, about when you...
I don't go to see them. I don't want to run them all. And I say, come to see me, and I'll talk to you. But I won't come to your house.
They can get up and leave then when they had enough of it, you said, didn't you?
One of them said, I've enjoyed talking to you. I said, sugar, you've enjoyed listening, but that's all right.
You say they listen, they don't talk to you when they come to you.
Well, you know, I talk all the time.
Do you?
Uh-huh. And I tell the same stories over and over. And Wade and them have to stop me, because I forget.
Well, we all do that.
Not as much as I do.
Do you forget a lot? You don't seem to forget a whole lot.
Well, he says I forget.
You reckon he's just forgetting that he
forgets sometimes, too.
He does?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Okay. Not often like I do.
Not often.
And, of course, it's about the children. He's got the sweetest Colin tips, the sweetest things on earth.
That's your great-grandchildren?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you get older, children, I don't know, they just take a better place in your heart, don't they?
Oh, they do.
You want to...
And you do have beautiful great-grandchildren. I think they're adorable children.
Yeah, I wish I could see the faces good, but they're wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Tip calls me Namo, and Collie calls me Grandma, and they fuss.
They do?
Yes. He don't want her to call me Grandma. He wants her to call me Namo.
Nama.
Well, you have a problem seeing, you tell me, you know, something like a TV screen or the distance, but you can see little things, you said, didn't you?
On the ground.
Like pennies and dollars and...
Well, pennies and nails and nickels and pins. I see anything. I can walk on the ground, I guess, better than you can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to, I see everything looking down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that is.
But that's a blessing, too. You won't stumble over things.
My daughter wants to lead me. I don't need anybody to lead me.
Mm-hmm.
I can walk good as she can.
You can get there, can't you?
I step over a wire, I don't have any trouble. Now, if it's dark, I don't see as good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you were talking about Casita. What changes have you seen in the last years with it that you think is good or bad?
I miss this high school in Casita.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
Mm-hmm. It has a grammar school, right, but no high school?
I think they go to the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
I love the school.
Mm-hmm.
When my children were in school, I was at school as much as nearly as I'm not smart, but I was there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I was there when anything happened in school. I like Casita.
Mm-hmm. And you think that's important for parents, don't you?
I do. I was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my daughter graduated with her daughter in her arms. Her little daughter in her arms, and we made her a little cap and gown, just like, the principal gave her a little rolled up paper with a little toy dog on it. They let her go. Now, she married in January,
Mm-hmm.
and the baby was born in January, the following year now.
Okay.
And they let her go back to school married.
Mm-hmm.
I asked them before, she had a church wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked them before she married, could she come to school? And the what do you call them? The principal said I'd have to talk to the board, and
Mm-hmm.
I did, and they let me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask something you're talking about that made me just bring this up. What do you think about today, so many people that just live with each other and don't get married?
I think that the government's wrong with the Social Security. That's the trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame them. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you live with somebody so long, you're married anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If he don't run around, you don't run around, and it's just the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
Because marriage to me is maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, man-made law anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And when two people love one another and live together, they're married.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way I feel.
Well, you've got a right to just feel just that way.
And I treat them if they're married.
Uh-huh.
I know.
Because they basically made a pledge to each other.
Yeah. A lot of people, men do better if they're not married.
They do?
Oh, yes. Wade's daddy would have been a better man if I hadn't married him. we separated. And he come every morning with a sack of groceries in each arm, bringing them.
He was courting you again.
And I went back to that rascal, and then he wouldn't bring groceries at all. I mean, he'd have done better if I hadn't have.
That's
You said
right.
you come visit every now and then,
That's
huh?
right.
Well, Miss Liberty, I tell you what, we just about done used this hour up and time's about gone. What do you think about this television stuff?
I like it because I look at you, too.
There just ain't much to it, though, is it? Just come in here and sit down and talk with us.
No, ain't nothing to do it.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it's been good to have you on with us this morning.
I hope I didn't embarrass you too much.
No, you didn't embarrass me. We appreciate you getting up this early and coming in and sharing your life with us. And I believe, hopefully, you know, someone is inspired by your spunk and everything and be the same way in life and all. But we're out of time, so we've got to go. Thanks for being with us. We're going to have some good music tomorrow, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. So take care.
Thank you, Miss Liberty.
Now we're off by on.
Not quite. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, I just come to say I agreed with her.
Well, we missed it off air, but maybe you'll get us later, okay?